Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Renee Tarot. Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I decided to go live today. I wanted to kind of like get with you guys and, first of all, introduce some things that I'm working on, invite you to come and get your own personal readings on my channel. There are links in the information box that you can see. So go to those and you'll be able to get to me and reach out to me. It is going to be very much fun to do this today because we're going to be answering questions and we're gonna not going to waste your time. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So I am going to pull my script up. These are the top 10 questions that America asks on YouTube, and we're going to go to the tarot. I'm going to see if I can add a ticker here. I'm going to just welcome everyone and tell you guys to check the information box. I hope all of you are doing well today and that you're just having fun and enjoying your life. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question that we have is, what is the future of the United States of America? Let's answer that question. What is the future of the United States of America? This is not going to take long, believe it or not. Not going to take long. We're going to pull 3 cards. Okay, so our future has to do with, it actually is a good future. It's a radiant future. It's a positive future, as you can see with the sun. But we are connected to some things that we should not be connected to: bondage, materialism. The country as a whole needs to do some shadow work. We need to do. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we as a country do shadow work? I mean, like, we're going to have to really go into, maybe we need to set up some town hall meetings throughout the country and with a psychiatrist present, with therapists present. And it's going to have to be organized. Instead of spending so much money on military, we might have to start spending some money on ourselves. And as we set up these town hall meetings, just really delve into the deep shadows of American media, American movies, American TV, American commercials, American radio, and the American history, and how all of that plays a part in tying us to this stuff that we want to get away from. And then we've got to make some choices. Who will we connect to, and what are we going to do with our creativity to be happy? Are we going to take the gift that we're given? Are we going to choose from the wrong thing? So that's the first thing. The future is definitely going to depend on us, whether or not we do that shadow work and whether or not we come together and make decisions about what we feel is best for us. Question number 2: will the economy get better soon? As you know, if you have been investing in the stock market, unless you know some stuff I don't know, it has been very difficult to get along. In fact, when it comes to America, unfortunately, even those people who are considered to be good people, they have to commit crimes to get ahead. I mean, it's definitely difficult, especially even with internet. because the internet can block whoever they want to block, and then just like let those people that pay get the most views or what have you. But anyway, will the company get better? A lot of people don't believe it will. But again, we are stalling. There are things that we can do to make things get better. It is all in our heads, and it starts with government. Okay. We need to create work life balance. We need to focus on education. We need to create jobs for people in America, not jobs that turn people into slaves, but jobs that give people work life balance where parents can go in a couple of hours after school starts and leave before their kids are going to come home, and then still be able to make money. Like if you have a father and a mother, between the two salaries you should be able to support your children, using subsidies for farming to lower the price of food. We have to start investing in America. And again, America, we have this devil card coming up. Will the economy get better? It's like, are we tied to that little 1% of the population or 2% of the population making all the money? And it's causing the rest of the people to suffer. We got to decide, are we going to hold on to the way we've been doing things with the capitalistic monster? Are we going to, I'm not preaching socialism. I'm just giving you what the cards say. Okay. I'm just giving you what the cards say. All right. All right. So, number three, question number three. How about the job market? Let's find out about jobs and work. Now, we recently pulled some cards saying that we need to focus on creating jobs in America, not outsourcing so much, but this is something that I think Americans would love. And some of the jobs that we need to create need to be jobs in things that people love and want, like entertainment, creating jobs in fashion, creating jobs in beauty, creating jobs in things having to do with love, like recreation. That is where the businesses should head, because we can create jobs, more amusement parks. We need to have some fun, okay? Oh my God. Okay, here we go. And this keeps coming up and saying, hey, but whether you create it or not, you still can't get so materialistic where you got two people over one major corporation that's making billions of dollars, and then those two people are using 60% of the money to go back into the business. They're keeping 30%, 38% of all the money, and then giving their employees 2%. We got to stop that. We got to stop making all these billions and billions of dollars and making people rich, and then everybody else is broke and poor. Now, I know that there is a mindset that everybody else is not, they're putting as much in as far as brain power or whatever, but they're putting in their physical power, they're putting in their time. And how much is a moment of human life worth? How much is an hour of human life worth? You got to pay people for their life. Okay. All right. Number four. How will climate change affect America? This is a question that people are asking. So, this is a question that we will answer. How is climate change affecting America? And we're asking the oracles. How is three cards? How is climate change affecting America? Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Be careful of seeing things that are not there. Mystery, deception, subconscious, illusion, and fear. I think it's time for us to go back in time in the history of the last few hundred years and really look and see if things have changed all that much. Okay, so maybe things are getting warmer in the last 20 years, but they've done that every 200 years. So nothing has really changed. It seems like there is some illusion there. Again, we have cards of swords. Listen to your inner voice when making choices. Earth is okay, and I'm not going to say climate change is not real. I'm just going to say, for those people who are putting out the statistics with regard to climate change, go back further and look at the cycles of Earth to make sure that climate change is not something that's happening for the first time, then you can understand, explain it better. Maybe we do need to change some things. Maybe we do need to prepare for some things, but we can look back further and see that it's only going to last for about 7 years and then we'll be fine, instead of making people think that Earth is about to die. All right. This spaceship that we're on, which we really are on a spaceship. Okay. So let's see. Number 5. Will there be improvements in healthcare? Question number 5. Will there be improvements in healthcare? Will there be improvements in healthcare? Okay, it looks like from what I can see here, and I got to put another card out on this, healthcare has a lot to do with mindset, that placebo effect. Now, how much money should we put into having to deal with the placebo effect when we have limited funds? Who's really sick? Who's really sick? Because when it comes to big pharma, when it comes to government, when it comes to money available, our money needs to be put into the people who are truly, truly ill. So, what we need to do first is deal with mental health from a standpoint of hypochondria and things of that nature. Get those people well, get them out of the way, and then we can get a better idea of what we need to be doing as far as true sickness. I mean, true physical sickness. Now, everything that's reality manifests from some spiritual sense, but there are people who they can hear something on the news and have symptoms the next day. That we can't be playing with that when it comes to money. We got to get that out of the way. Help people to understand, if you can't watch that an emphysema commercial without catching emphysema, don't watch it. If you see it, like there are some things when I see it come on TV, these commercials and stuff, I turn the TV or I don't look, because if it makes my flesh crawl or if it starts to affect me, because we're all learning to manifest, we're all learning to see things a lot clearer than we used to as we have shifted. So be careful what you look at. And then we can focus on what really is happening, specifically people who are in accidents or who have broken bones, who truly have physical issues. Even sometimes the person that you're with can cause you to be sick. You need to get a reading. That's something totally different. Okay, so let's see. So before we can get improvements in healthcare, we got to figure out what truly needs to be fixed and what's a figment of our imagination. Question number 7. Will America fix its political problems? You know, the left, the right, the in between, the up and the down. Will America? I mean, I'm going to tell you guys, one of the things that really scares me is the fact that we can be ready to cancel somebody on Tuesday, and then something can happen on Tuesday evening, and then we're all they're a hero on by early Wednesday morning. If I was that person, I would be very concerned about what you guys are going to think about them on Friday. People are basing lifelong major decisions about who's going to run this country on commercials, on fluky type things. I'm not saying that what has recently happened is just a fluke, but I'm saying that we are not taking serious things seriously. And everybody's just flip flopping from one side to the next. And then it's almost like what it was in the Civil War days, the North against the South, the left against the right. We're not acting as one country. So will America fix its political problems? Let's pull 3 cards from here. Conservatives have not necessarily wanted to. Everybody's just been holding on to how they want to be. Everybody is doing this for money. The side that you're on is how you financially benefit. And if you benefit the other side, you feel like you're going to lose in some way, lose finances, lose your place, lose your job, lose your political appointment or what have you. So people are making decisions based on money, corporate, pharma, lobbyists, more so than what's best for the people. We need to start over. And how are we going to start over? We're going to start over, start our new journey through education. We need to have some information coming through on movies, information coming through because people are looking at social media, movies, TV, commercials, and we're going to have to recalibrate everybody to a mindset of not so much money. Once we get those prices down and people can afford to support their families, then we can move forward toward what's best for everybody. Because with this country, it's about money, 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 money. And how are we going to do anything that way? Okay, so let's see. Question number 8. How will technology change? How will technology change? How will technology change? Technology is already changing. So before I pull any cards, everybody knows that AI is the future. I believe Canva just updated their entire system. Canva is like this photoshopping wonderful platform that many schools are using. Personal use is being made of Canva, business use, and they have changed totally everything. You can make music with AI. You can make digital. I mean, you could just tell AI what you want, and you have the music or the video or the picture. It's amazing. So I'm looking forward to the day when I can order an AI computer in the form of a beautiful, beautiful a beautiful man who is muscular and his skin looks like skin, and he is sitting on my couch and I'm talking to him and he's telling me everything I want to hear. And I say, well, I want you to do a song, and he, next thing I know, he's playing it from his beautiful body. And then I'm saying, hey, can you download that on my network? And I have him plugged into my internet, and he downloads it, and I'm like, hey, would you like to go on a trip with me? Okay, so how will technology change? Technology is changing every day. You guys, do you remember that this is interesting. Do you remember that Bruce Willis movie where everybody was able to get a biobot and transfer their consciousness into the biobot and go out and do everything they had to do while they stayed home? If you had the opportunity to have an organic biobot for you, that if it's something goes wrong with it, you can transfer it. They have your consciousness that's currently constantly uploading so that you could never die and you could just keep going into these new bodies. Would you do it? How would we change marriage laws? Because who wants to be married to the same person for 300 years? Maybe 2 or 3% might, but everybody else might want to. We might do marriage contracts that last for maybe about 50 years, 50-year marriage contracts. What do you think about that? Okay. So will technology change us? Technology is going to change everything. It's going to give us opportunities to learn. It's going to change education. It's going to change healthcare. It's going to change music. It's going to upgrade us. But in some instances, and I want to look at this moon card because it seems like it may cause some angst. And let's look at what do they mean by this. Can you please explain to me what you're talking about? Oh, it's well, let's read it. Be careful of seeing things that are not there. So you're seeing a picture of this video of what looks like this beautiful couple on AI and this beautiful music, and you're crying because you don't have a man. And that girl on that video doesn't either. She's not real. So don't let it cause dissension between you and other people. Learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative. AI has a tendency to make everything look great, but in real life, with real human beings, we're still working on getting to nirvana. We're still working on getting to utopia. So we're still working on getting here. We're not there yet. This is in a future position. So don't let AI fool you because it's going to change in a major way. Instead of having an Alexa bot that is sitting on your counter, Alexa is going to be walking around your house. All right. What about social justice movements? So, what we're doing. If you're like me and you pay attention to what's coming on television and what's coming on the news and the movies and the commercials, you see that there are hardly any couple that you see on TV is same race couple. All of the couples you see, black women with white men with black men with white women, Latina men with Asian women and men, and vice versa. So we're starting to be more inclusive in who you see on television and who you see on social media, and the type of music even. And the hip hop stations and the pop stations don't sound that different from each other. So we're finally coming into a specific genre called Americanism. And I believe that that's going to help with social justice, because we know that we haven't been doing things right. And with black men, with people going easier on black men, and we're making the right choices from the right perspective, and we're not being programmed anymore falsely by media, then black men will have less criminal records, which means black men can become police officers. We are, as a country, working on that, and we are going to get to victory on that. Kudos. Even those people who are in the high schools and the young Gen Z, they're really not open to people making fun of people because of who they are for the most part. So Gen Z is not really having that. And the generations after them aren't either, because everybody's being raised in social media. And so, since everybody's being reared on social media and on television, and even little kids and babies have tablets in front of them attached to their playpens, so they're going to be programmed to accept all races. All right. So social justice movements are making a difference, and they are being successful, and they're going to see change. You may see a few police brutality cases and things of that nature, but for the most part, you're going to see a whole lot less than what you've been seeing. Are we at question number 10 already? Oh my goodness, we are. Let me just make sure. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I think I did go through everything. I hope I did. I'm just going back over all the questions. I did miss what is the future of education. And I need to go back and get that one. Okay. So this, I think, is question number 9. What about will there be peace in America? Will there be peace in America? So throughout this reading, we've seen the devil card coming up, that there are some people in America who really like taking advantage of the little people, who really don't value the lives of people who are not technically savvy. Because as you know, most people are not. They had that show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I mean, okay, come on now. We know the level. We know many people are not even programmed mentally to be able to read. So everybody is on a different level. And so that causes them to be taken advantage of. That causes them to rebel, which causes there not to be peace. Okay, so will there be peace in America? The cards say Americans truly do want peace, and they are now experimenting with it, and they are working on it, and they will have it. But that peace is only going to come through real love. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you, new feelings, new friendships, beauty, opulence, pleasure, self love. So, yeah, America will experience peace at some point. But will her name still be America? No, I don't. I didn't ask that question. I said that there will be peace in America. It will be based on love of others and self love. Now let's go back to the question I missed. I'm hoping this is question number 10. And that question is, what is the future of education? That's a really, really good question. I'm going to tell you what I think before I pull the cards. I think the future of education is AI. I think the future of education is AI. AI has processed everything we've done, everything we're doing, taken the best of the best. It knows what we like, and it's getting ready to train people and to throw away the fluff. And it's going to cause us to give ourselves the best that there is to offer in life. And it's going to take us to new dimensions in media, new dimensions in entertainment, new dimensions in workflow, new dimensions in things that we patent and that we develop in America. It's taking us to a new generation. new level of beingness. So I don't think that people we do need socialization, we do need the human touch, but i I'm not sure whether or not kids can learn from a person any more than they can a really good program. Now I know some kids do not like sitting at a computer, but it doesn't take long to learn something. You don't have to sit at a computer for 9 hours. I mean, your brain's going to stop, but 30 minutes, an hour a day, you'd be surprised at what people can learn. And they could probably learn more that way, an hour a day, no more than 2 hours a day with breaks, on a computer than they can at school with a teacher. So we may get to a point where the school system is just a place of disseminating computers or tablets and things of that nature for kids. And then they may just come in and take the test. I don't know how that's going to affect the teacher, the parents, if that's going to cause child abuse to go up. I don't know. But let's see what the cards say. What is the future of education in America? The future of education is going to be rich. Five of Cups reverse. Future of education, it says it's going to, let's see if I can get this here, regain money regained after severe toil, determined, obstinate recovery, assistance, and gift. So we are going to be gifted with new opportunities for education. We're going to be, there won't be as many states on the lower tiers. Kids are going to start to test better. AI is going to help with testing so that not only are kids passing, but our generations of adults are going to be able to compete with other worlds, other countries, internationally. And we need to follow our intuition. There needs to be a home base of love, because kids can't learn if they're not loved. So they have to have love. It's going to depend on women. When women and women's health and women's safety and domestic violence is under control, and women are undergirded with the financial opportunities they need to support themselves and their kids without working outside the home. It's so sad that in previous generations, mothers could not be home. They were working two and three jobs, and they left the children with the older siblings or just by themselves. So we need to focus on women, which will help with education. And then we're going to be moving to new things. It's going to be a bold move, a bold new world when it comes to education. And they may even, I don't know if they're going to start putting chips in kids' heads to help them retain knowledge better, to help them to relax better instead of giving them pills, giving them like something in their head, like it's like a pacemaker for the brain, but it slows things down enough for them to relax and be able to assimilate and disseminate information. So as opposed to having so much ADHD and people that because of the shorts and the 30-second this and the 10-second that, they can't concentrate. So things are going to be put in place to help with that, and to give us a brand new world in education. I'm looking forward to it. I want to live long enough so that I can get my little bio bot to transfer my consciousness into, so that I could keep upgrading to new models. Who knows? When you think about what the Bible used to say, or what the Bible still says in Ezekiel, when it talks about the being that had the wings and had the multiple faces and the wheels, to me that's a transformer. If you can make a biobot, a biological or organic, at least partially organic biobot that can disseminate your consciousness, and so that your consciousness is always there, meaning that if something happens to your biobot and you're uploaded to the satellite and you die, somebody can just go to the station, upload your current download that you did, and you will still be you. And they just send you another biobot. So mommy never dies, daddy never dies, kids never die. If something happens to their body, their consciousness is constantly being uploaded. They reload that consciousness into that person. They continue learning as they go. Imagine a life without death. All right. Take care. Bye bye.